everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Rainbows from Hell! And all you boys and girls can... Oh, no. I'm not gonna be doing that again. Holy crap. Oh, I felt like my freaking throat was just like bleeding to death, man. My vocal cords were just like... Anyways, still kind of feel it. Anyways, so after last night's episode, which was a spoof, it wasn't really seriously for kids. It was just the ridiculousness of the movie Gremlins as a PG movie. See, when I was a kid, I watched Gremlins, and I was a kid, and, they thought I was perfectly alright. And no, it was terrifying. It was horrific for a kid, and so I was just making that kind of a joke type of review, saying like it's perfect for kids because of the somewhat graphic violence and the really dour nature of the film. I mean, seriously. But anyways, I don't know. I guess no one got the joke. At least not yet. Anyways, episode 20. Episode 20, we are basically 2/3 into this marathon of murderous mayhem and mutilation. Yes, and malice. Maleficence. Anyways, so I thought, I'm going to go back to the wonderful world of Japanese cinema, and I am going to review a very short film. It's only about an hour long, and it is pretty much the feature debut, even though it's a short, almost like I would feel like a student type film. It's Ryuhei Kitamura's Down to Hell, which is billed kind of as a spiritual prequel to, or beginning. I guess not really a prequel because this came first, but a beginning to his classic masterwork, which is Versus. Very fun, great movie. So I thought, try to see how this director has started and crafted his films, because he also did a really cool movie called Alive, which I also have. Anyways, if any of you want me to review either Versus or Alive or both, you can go ahead and give me a comment, though no one's going to, because no one does. That's alright. I don't even think anyone makes it past this point in the viewership. They're all just looking for that intro to see if that intro is fun. Anyways, getting back to Down to Hell. See, I gotta do some filler for this episode because there's not really much to say about this movie. Here's the plot. So some guys kidnap some stranger off the streets, take him to this wooded area out in the middle of nowhere, and tell him, hey, we're going to be playing a game. And that game is, if you escape us, you win. If you don't escape, you lose. And you basically have three options. You can run away, you could kill us, or you could die. So, anyways, the guy runs away, of course, and they track him down and murder him. However, he doesn't stay dead. Something in the forest awakens his dead body and turns him into a super zombie with superpowers. I mean, like super speed. Basically, he turns into Jason Voorhees. I mean, seriously, they're running away from him, and he somehow gets in front of him, just calmly, going through his business. No emotions, just murder machine. So yeah, it's basically that. It's a human hunting game turned around where the hunters become the hunted. And so, really, it's a real basic movie. And that's about it. They go to kill this guy comes back, and they go to kill him, and then it becomes a struggle to try to survive this zombie monster. So let's get to those scores. So Violence and Gore, it's a 4 out of 5. Now look, the effects in this movie, they're very basic. This is like a low budget movie. However, the violence is quite brutal. I mean, there's a scene where the guy has a chain and he's just whipping his face with it in his head. And honestly, there's a lot of physical beatdown shit going on in this movie. And when there is some blood, it is the classic Japanese arterial spray type stuff. Honestly, there's a part where the guy is ripping out his entrails, and the blood that's just shooting out, I almost thought that they were just raining the blood. It wasn't really coming from it. It was because it was just all over the friggin' place. So, wonderful. I love it. 4 out of 5. Shock value, 1 out of 5, and that's just, the amount of blood that's shocking. There's not really... I mean, I guess you have the attempt of jump scares in this movie, but it doesn't really work. Like I said, ultra low budget. Looks like it was shot on a camera that wasn't the greatest. Probably like a camera like I'm shooting Ryan here. And they had to put it through some filters to kind of clean it up. And you can see where it's kind of, the edits are a little bit messed up. Like when the guy's screaming, getting his intros, he's like, ah, and they edit to another part, there's that break. Like, it's like, okay, we gotta move the camera, alright, action, start screaming again, anyways, so, yeah, 1 out of 5. Acting, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5, like, yeah, there's this one guy who basically just has this dumbfounded look on his face, for the first half of the movie, and his performance was just bad, and they were amateurs. It was amateur hour. I mean, sure, they probably do a better job than me, but I mean, I can tell that this wasn't great acting. So 2 out of 5. Plot, 1 out of 5. Like I said, it's guys kidnap a person, throw him into the woods, chase after him, kill him, and then he comes back. There's no context. There's no real story. There's no character development. We have no idea. I don't even think any of them said any of each other's names. It's just nothing. It's just basically grab a guy, kill him, and then now we're getting hunted ourselves. I mean, that's basically it. So nothing. 1 out of 5. Nudity, 0 out of 5. I mean, it's a movie with 5 guys in it, so I'm fine with that. 0, good. There you go. Enjoyment factor, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. I like the fact that it's so short because it doesn't meander and it doesn't have a chance to get boring. If they tried to make this a longer movie, I could see where after a while it's like, okay, another fight scene. Oh my goodness, can I get something to sort of just, get me, I don't know, my mind working in this, because all of a sudden I just, seeing human punching bags for a long period of time. And so I know that there will be a lot of people who would be down on it because of the production values and the lack of like actual story and characters. But for what it is, it's an enjoyable, for me, somewhat fun, bloody battle royale in the woods. It doesn't take too long. And so it's a quick watch. And I found it interesting because of watching especially this really great chase scene where the guy's running away from the zombie guy. And it felt really reminiscent of Evil Dead when Ash was being chased by the entity of the forest. It really had that kind of cool feeling. Like he's running, he trips, and it looks like it's going to get to him, but he gets back up and starts running again. So, I mean, there was some really good cinematography going on, even if they didn't have the best cameras. And some of the edits were kind of jarring, but I think that sequence alone is worth the price of admission for this movie because it shows the eye that you see in the later films, at least in Versus. Live is a little bit different because it's more of like It's more like a one-room type of movie. But anyways, so yeah, I found that to be really good. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 enjoyment factor. My overall impression though is a 2.5 out of 5. It's overall it's average. The bad acting and no plot drag it down enough that even though it had some cool violence and had some nice cinematography and kind of created this sort of aloneness in the woods, I still can't give it a higher score than 2.5 out of 5, unfortunately. And that averages out to 1.9 out of 5. So there you have it. Down to Hell, the movie that started it all, and because of it, he got some notice, got some notoriety, and then was able to make Versus, which is a really awesome movie. You should check it out. And there you go, Down to Hell, and that's it. Honestly, I mean, I don't know what more I could say about it, but definitely a worthwhile endeavor, and I am glad I watched it and glad I have it, and definitely will revisit it a couple more times. Probably do a marathon with Versus to kind of see how they both flow and really kind of compare and contrast them. But that's for another time. And so there we go, episode 20. Episode 20, which means we only have 11 more episodes left to go. Oh my goodness, it is, oh man, it is almost made it through. Holy cow. I'm starting to get, I was starting to get tired, like, in the first half of, not even the first half, in the first couple days, but anyways, soldier on. And, yeah. Until then, Internet, try not to get abducted by a group of strangers who are going to hunt you down in the woods and then you become some sort of super zombie. Yeah, just don't do it. All right.